For anything horse racing or equestrian, I go to my good friend Mario here. He knows a thing or two, but I love a great story. And Andrew Fortune, also known as the Candyman, he has pulled off one of South Africa's sport's greatest comeback stories. After retiring from racing, he stepped away from the strict lifestyle of a jockey. His weight climbed, and then in his late 50s, Fortune made the decision to return to the saddle, shedding close to 40 kilograms to racing weight. And at Kenilworth the past weekend, he achieved this lifelong dream of winning his first ever Cape Town Met. Let's take a listen.
8 on 18, the Real Prince and Cosmic Speed with Gladiatorian further back. It's See It Again in the lead. Legal Counsel, father and son come to meet. Can you believe it? Next best is the Real Prince. He's making late gains. It's See It Again, nabbing the lead over Legal Counsel. Oh, Andrew Fortune, they'll make a movie for you. See It Again won the World Sports Betting Cape Town Met.
And I hope they make a movie. That audio courtesy of Global Horse Racing TV. And I'm joined now on the line with Andrew Candyman Fortune. Good morning, Andrew. Hope you are well and congratulations. How does it feel after this weekend? Have you come down yet?
Yeah, how are you, Lester? What a privilege to have you on, to be on the radio with you.
What a privilege to be speaking to you. But take us back to the start. Maybe how old were you when you first became a jockey? And how long has racing been part of your life, and how long have you had this dream to win the Cape Town Met?
I went to the account. Let me first tell you, I grew up in Elsie's River. Complete, coloured, grew up rough, grew up poor. I always had this burning fire in me that I wanted to become something. When I was young, I knew I didn't want to stay in Elsie's River because of all the crime. And went to the academy at 14. Always had the potential. They always said to me, "You got a lot of potential," and never fulfilled it for a good couple of years. Well, a very long time. And I got to this point in my life because I made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
And I had to learn from it. So yeah, that's kind of. I started at 14 and became a jockey, or an apprentice jockey, and then became a jockey, and then picked up drugs.
Yeah.
And got totally addicted. Today I'm just short of 19 years clean. And and just changed my life. And I kind of challenged life. You know, I said, I'm going to make a change. And the only way you can change the world is to change yourself. And that's what I've done.
But you've lived in South Africa. You've also lived overseas. I understand you also lived in Australia for a while. You tried to get into jockeying there, but that wasn't successful, was it?
You see, I don't believe there's any mistakes in life. I believe it's guidance. You know, stop looking at the doors that's closed. They're not locked, they just closed. And start looking at the doors that's opening. I keep my life very simple. I don't overthink things. I only look at the stuff that's on my plate, and I wake up every morning and I do my best.
Yeah. So you were in active retirement, but what was it that says, you know what? Let me get back on the horse and let me regain my fitness. Because from what I understand, jockeys are small and slight human beings. You at one point weighed 90 kilograms. What I wouldn't give to weigh 90 kilograms, Andrew. But you then also had to go through a physical transformation after retirement to get you saddle ready again.
Yes, I did. It's just I could never. Besides my addiction in drugs, I've got a lot of other addictions: overeating, everything. I've got the full repertoire, you know. And when they closed the doors for me in Australia, I prayed about it. I pray about everything. I don't know why they took God out of schools.
Yeah.
I pray about everything. You know, I'm back praying my family at night. And that was my guide. That's the way I had to go. Like God guided me that way. He said, okay. So I had to reschool myself to eat. Okay, it took 2 years to reschool myself completely to eat, to lose 40 kilos.
Wow.
So I made a lot of mistakes in it. And I don't criticize myself when I make mistakes because that's part of the learning curves and that's how you learn. And voila, Saturday I was about 38 kilos lighter than what I was walking around 2 years ago.
Wow. Tell me how, Andrew.
Well, it's very simple. It's just you cut things out. We eat very different. We ate very different 40 years ago to what we eat today. Today is all takeaways and COVID changed everything.
Yeah. Look, Saturday was incredibly special. You not only partnered See It Again to win the Met, but you actually rode 4 horses to victory. But also was, I think, incredibly special, I'm sure, for you and your family, is that it was a Fortune 1-2 finish. Your son, in fact, came on the second place horse in the Met final on Saturday.
Well, there was 2 Group 1s. Group 1s is where the best horses meet. It's like the biggest. I think they got 20 odd Group 1s a year in South Africa. And there was 2 on Saturday, and I won both. And he ran second in both. That's how amazing. I beat him in both, which I'm very grateful for, because remember, now I always say to him, the teacher appears when the student is ready.
Yeah. Have you recognized the significance? Look, South Africa has a number of sports fairy tales and beautiful stories. If it's Zola Blood running barefoot, whether it is Makazole Mapimpi and overcoming adversity and growing up with nothing to be a Rugby World Cup winner. Siakulis is also a great story, but in movies and literature, there's a number of great stories about horse racing. What Seabiscuit is a very famous horse racing movie. Do you think you're hoping to be a movie called Candyman?
Well, that's not the intention. My intention was more to show drug addicts that you are capable of changing your life and still making something of your life. No matter what challenge you got, no matter how big the challenge is. Now, if you get up and make a conscious decision that this is what, I'm not talking about dreaming about it. I'm not talking about saying it. I'm not saying about fantasizing about it. I'm talking about doing it. Getting up every morning when it's raining and doing it. When it's hot, when you're sore, when you're tired, get up and go and do it. Dream it, and you can make it reality.
And I'm sure that's your message to other 14-year-old boys and girls from Elsie's River and similar backgrounds. And Andrew?
Absolutely. It's just you. If you can make your dream a reality, you just. I'm not telling you it's going to be easy. I'm not telling you you're not going to get obstacles. That's part of life. Life's going to hurt you. You're going to lose people. You're going to lose animals. People are going to hurt you. That is just part of life.
Yeah.
And if you can challenge life, no matter how tough it is, you'll become that you want to be. Your dream will become reality.
I've never really had an interest. I have an interest in equestrian activities. I've not had an interest in horse racing. The closest I've been to knowing someone was jockey. There was a lad who was with me at high school, and he had said he had dreamed of being a jockey. That's my closest association. But what is it that you would want people to know about the profession of jockeying? What is it that you have to have in some sort of mental fortitude? What are the hours like? What's the training like? What do you think people don't know about jockeying?
Personally, it's the most amazing, because they always say that the outside of a horse is very good for the inside of a man or inside of a human. When horse and you going down the same track or down the track, you and the horse, it's like You think of nothing else. It's like liberation. It's like freedom. There's not a worry of anything. It's just the thought of you and the horse. And it's kind of, to a degree, addictive. That freedom, that peace. And it's just the most amazing feeling. That's why you leave and you end up coming back, because it gets into your being, it gets into your blood. It's just the most amazing thing.
You mentioned the word addictive, so you replaced one addiction for another. This time a positive.
Well, yeah, that's what it is. And I must tell you, I'm glad to go do talks at schools, I still do a lot of talks. Obviously, I've changed my life, and I got. I wouldn't say the better of addiction, or I manage my addiction, or because I really believe, unless you create happiness, there is no happiness.
Coming out of retirement, 58 years old, winning the race that you've always wanted to win. Is this the final fairy tale chapter in a career of jockeying, or do you still feel you have a few more winners left in you?
No. I still think I've got a few Group 1s in me. I will see. I will see where God.
Mario's next to me saying, yes. He wants to know when you're racing. So there's still a few winners in you.
Oh, no doubt. There's still, but this is more. This wasn't that much about me. It was more about challenging life and showing the world that anything is possible. And I think the world needs it. You know what I mean? So don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your dreams.
Couple of messages coming through that I wanted to hear. Your Buta is a jockey funny Elsie's. I feel the pressure, says Mike. Dave says, thank you for putting the legend on the air. What a man Andrew Fortune is. He's a natural born speaker and he's a natural born jockey. Andrew, the Candyman Fortune, really appreciate your time and congratulations once again.